Welcome to Shooby Dooby Doo-Wop, a podcast where we talk about pop music, usually by deep diving a randomly chosen UK top 10 singles chart from the past.
Not this week, though.
Yes, I'm James Cook.
I'm Andy Robinson.
It's not random this week. In a break from the norm, we have asked one of our beloved Patreon backers to suggest a chart of their choice. And this week's chart has come suggested by Paul Todd.
That's right, the beautiful Paul Todd gave us this date, didn't he, to work with?
The 25th of April, 1989.
And in Paul Todd's message, if you go to part 1, when we do numbers 10 to 6 of this chart, he goes on about being a bass guitar player, doesn't he?
Yes, and what do we know about bass guitarists?
They are the bedrock of any band.
Sure. Okay, let's have that.
All right.
But we're very happy to go through this top 10. There's been a lot of fun so far in part 1, and I think there's going to be more in this part. But before we get into that, here's a quick recap of the songs we covered in part 1. Up 10 places to number 10, it's Ain't Nobody Better by Inner City.
Inner City with a hint of Vogue by Madonna.
A new entry at 9, it's Interesting Drug by Morrissey.
There are some great singles on the rise.
Up 15 to number 8, it's Who's in the House by the Beatmasters featuring MC Merlin.
With a prop from a KLF video.
Up 2 to 7, Good Thing by Fine Young Cannibals.
A late 80s take on a love that's tainted.
And down 1 to 6, I Beg Your Pardon by Concan.
A record consisting of several parts of other records, yet somehow maintaining its own beautiful identity. As always, you can listen to all these songs and the 5 we're about to do, and another half a dozen that appear on the playlist. James, why?
For our Patreon episode that people like Paul Todd can listen to, it's our bonus tracks podcast talking about songs that never made the top 10. And some pretty good songs in it this week. I've really enjoyed those 6, and we're going to get into those. You can become a Patreon backer by going to patreon.com/ShoobyPodcast.
And as always, we give you a nudge towards that music anyway, because it makes more sense.
Well, let's head into the top 5.
Number 5.
Up 7 to number 5 this week, it's The Cure with Lullaby.
Where are The Cure from?
Crawley.
They are, Crawley.
That's right. Part 1, go back to that. Paul Todd mentioned Crawley in his email to us, didn't he?
Yes, he said his favourite band in their highest chart position, who are from Crawley. So we can work out that his favourite band are Concan. Haha, not really The Cure.
We should be nothing but respectful towards Paul Todd's love for The Cure.
Well, I was going to be. I effing love this.
Do you, James?
Yep, I'm all about this.
Go on, tell me why. Tell me why.
Well, can I just say, in an off-air conversation that we had, Andy, you alluded to the fact that you
Don't tell people what I tell you off air, James.
You didn't know this song.
I can't remember it, absolutely.
Blasphemy. You don't know Lullaby by The Cure?
No.
Oh, wow. What a treat you've had this week listening to it for the first time.
I agree. Thanks, Paul Todd, and thanks to Cure for reminding me of this. This is good. Wannabe8321 on YouTube, James. They talk about this song construction. You know me. That's part of what I love about doing this podcast. I love how this song is just 2 chords, but the continued variations on the theme really fill it out. A Cure masterpiece.
You wouldn't tell it was just 2 chords, would you, by listening to it?
I didn't go. Essentially, it's the C sharp minor. Yeah. That's the basis anyway. That simple 2 chorder. And what is Robert Smith and The Cure banging on about in this record, James?
Spider-Man, Spider-Man can do anything that the spider can.
That's right.
It's all about this is the world of difference between Spider-Man and the Spider-Man.
Go on.
Isn't it? Because in this song, he's talking about how the Spider-Man is having me for dinner tonight. That's one thing. Spider-Man is having me for dinner tonight. Completely different song. Completely different tone. So I first heard this song when The Cure were on Top of the Pops. I was 11. And I was like, what's this? This is scary. This is scary music. What's going on? And I was really getting into it. And my dad said, if these are The Cure, I wouldn't want the disease. He did not like it. I did.
It's a great band name anyway, The Cure, isn't it? It implicitly implies that it's going to relieve you of whatever social mores you are going through.
Yes, and so much more effective than placebo.
Let's talk about the lyrical content of this record, James. It's disturbing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's like a nightmare. It is like sleep paralysis. Somehow they've turned sleep paralysis into a top 10 hit. You know that bit where you're asleep and you're having a nightmare, and in your nightmare you can't move?
Yes.
That's sleep paralysis.
That would be reiterated in the video, wouldn't it? When Robert Smith is trapped in a bed while
Yeah.
Cure and cobwebs are playing around him and he's a spider on his own ceiling looking down at himself.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in the video. My big takeaway was that Robert Smith has really good teeth. There's a bit that close up, isn't it? And this is in the days before implants and turkey teeth. He's got really good teeth.
Okay.
Yeah. And that video won Best Video at the Brit Awards
Oh, yes.
in a field of 22 songs.
Blimey.
I mean, that's a ridiculous number of nominees, isn't it?
Too many.
Too many. But it won, and I remember watching that going, I'm secretly quite glad. But I'm not going to tell my dad because he'll make some comment.
Your dad claimed Dave Clark of the Dave Clark 5 was a rubbish drummer, didn't he? So he doesn't
did.
always know what he's going on about, does he?
I believe him about Dave Clark. The video directed by Tim Pope.
Oh, yes. He directed loads of Cure videos, one when they're in a wardrobe close to you and all that,
Yeah.
didn't he?
Also, Life in a Northern
Dream Academy,
Every Day I Love You Less and Less.
the Kaiser Chiefs,
Yeah. The Safety Dance.
Men Without Hats,
Yeah. This one.
The Cure.
No.
This one.
I'm
Thank
doing
you so much for bringing him into it, James.
Yeah.
You got to mention the Muppets and the Sesame Street later on, but of course, this one by the magnificent Paul McCartney. God bless you, Paul.
Dear Prudence.
By John of the Beatles.
Yeah, but not that version.
Susie and the Banshees.
Yeah. Tainted Love.
The cover of Fine Young Cannibals, good thing that happened just before it came out. Oh, it's off sale.
Yeah. Long Hot Summer.
Soil Council.
Yeah. Life's What You Make It.
Blimey, O'Reilly, talk. All these videos
Yeah.
you made.
Yeah. Young Guns Go For It.
Wow.
And a song that appears higher up this chart,
Wow, all right, great.
which we will get to. So many iconic videos by Tim Pope, and he wins the Brit for this one.
Thank you, Tim Pope, for your contribution to the panoply of pop music. I mean, I didn't say in part one. I've got to do it at least once, James.
Anyway,
right,
you wanted to talk about the lyrics, and then I started minging on about the video.
Doesn't matter. We can do it in any order we want. Ray David on YouTube says, it's amazing how
Is that cross between Ray Davis and Craig David?
Anyway, he says, on a Monday, he listened to Cure Lullaby. On a Tuesday, he did as well. And then he says, it's amazing how this song channels both eroticism and melancholic borderline depression. Yeah?
Is it erotic?
All right, then. This is good. Vampire 8107, they come up with a few suppositions of what this song could be about. One of them is a depressive episode. One of them is a sexual assault, and one of them is a nightmare Robert Smith had as a kid, with the irony that a lullaby is supposed to calm a kid down, but it terrified him. Now I'm going to say, James, we're treading a little bit carefully. The second suggestion of a sexual assault, I'm kind of into that. No, I'm not into that notion.
What?
I'm into the idea that that's what this song is about. Very unusual in a top 10, isn't it?
I mean, there's the thing about his tongue in my eyes.
Yeah.
Ugh. What is this? Because we did a song that someone talked about kissing someone on the eyes, didn't we?
That's right.
It freaked me out. A tongue in your eyes. Ugh, stop licking eyes, you weirdos.
There's other lyrics in there which are, they're difficult to listen to, I found this week. Don't struggle like that, I will only love you more.
Yeah. I feel like I'm being eaten by 100,000 holes.
Yeah.
Were they in Blackburn, Lancashire?
Beto Game says, bear in mind what we're talking about, what it could be about. Beto Game says, this song could be a nice one for a striptease. Just saying. And then Cobb HC fan Yaz says, this song is amazing. I walked down the aisle to this.
Really? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Interesting choice. Yeah, interesting. That's fine. I don't find it sexy, Andy. I find it scary.
Yeah.
In a sort of horror movie kind of way. And as someone who has suffered from night terrors for a long time, I find it really interesting how they've managed to encapsulate the sort of mood of even before Robert Smith starts singing, just in the guitar riff, the choice of chords, how it sounds, the production. It sounds so claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Which I also suffer from. So really, I shouldn't be listening to this song at all.
How does your night terrors manifest, James?
I wake up screaming. I wake up
ya?
screaming, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, from time, not all the time, from time to time.
Right, I'm sorry.
That's all right. A lot of the time, I don't remember them. But unfortunately, there's someone else in the room who does. And that person, of course, is the Spider-Man who's having me for dinner tonight. There is also another line in this song that I can really relate to. And it is like Robert Smith has looked deep within my soul. And that line is, the Spider-Man is always hungry.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm always hungry.
It's disturbing, this song, there's no doubt about it, but the majesty of it over the weeks
Yeah.
absolutely worked its way in.
It's got a groove, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Lullaby is apparently based on a recurring nightmare Robert Smith had as a child where he was eaten by a giant spider.
Okay, so Vampire 8107s, it would be the latter. That is it. If Robert Smith has said that, we have to listen to the songwriter, yeah?
He said about lullabies that his parents used to sing to him that they were always like, they had tragic endings. You know, like Rockabye Baby in the treetop, and then the bough breaks and the cradle drops. You know, there's a baby falling out of a tree. He said there would be something like Sleep Now, Pretty Baby, and then there'd be like, or you won't wait. Yeah, because lullabies have that kind of slightly sinister, you know, even, you know, if I die before I wake, isn't it? That's in a lullaby, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, because it's the one that is in Enter Sandman,
Oh, okay.
which is on a similar topic, you could argue, but I would say it's not as good.
Always makes me laugh into Sandman a bit because it's, you know, it's got a great riff, hasn't it? I won't bother doing it now,
Yeah.
but, you know, it sounds so menacing. And then the lyrics are childlike, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I suppose it's a disparity.
I like singing
Go on.
Enter Sandman, bring me a dream, but Metallica fans don't like that.
I like the singing along while we're at it then. James, I'm like to stumble into this, our mental illness when Metallica come on. I always sing at the end, we're off to Legoland.
Yeah. I remember at school, some kids, when Enter Sandman came out, wrote a version called Enter Milkman, which went, exit goat, enter float, take my hand, we're off to the dairy.
That is me applauding who was that? Your friends, James, at the time?
A couple of mates, I think it was Matthew Ranson, who, I don't know, he might listen to this. We're still kind of in touch.
I saw Robert Smith recently. I went to Glastonbury last year as of time of recording. Olivia Rodrigo. You know how I feel about Olivia Rodrigo and her pop music, James. I love it, don't I?
You do.
She said, I'm going to bring one of the greatest songwriters from recent times up on stage. The crowd I was standing around, all of us were going, oh, for God's sake, please don't let it be Ed Sheeran.
You don't know everyone was thinking that. Stop projecting.
We were saying it loads. A girl was
Okay.
saying she had Ed Sheeran at Hyde Park yesterday, so it's probably him. I was thinking, oh, no. As it turns out, it's Robert Smith. So that's great, isn't it, seeing him with the pop stars of the day.
I think what Robert Smith would have appreciated more than anything in that introduction was the phrase, of recent years.
Helen Gash talks about Robert Smith, about this
Yeah.
video on YouTube comments, and she says, this is me following a makeup tutorial.
Number 4.
It's a non-mover at number 4. It's Americanos by Holly Johnson.
That's right.
All right, Silver Connection. He's second of 2 UK top 10 singles. There was Love Train and then there was Americanos, and they came out in quite quick succession. And then that was that.
In terms of his pop career, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, there are reasons why. Do you want to go into that?
Hang on, James. Before we do that, my occasional feature, you know what I do. I type Holly Johnson into Google, press news, and see what he's up to. But I haven't got a jingle, have I? So you can help me out for this one this time. What I'm going.
Okay. What's Holly Johnson up to? Let's find out from Andy.
Nice work. He is imminently going to be headlining a festival at Scarborough and Halifax alongside ABC, Heaven 17, all that mob. And it's a TK Maxx sponsored event, so he's still working. That's my point.
Cool.
Yeah. I've loved this record this week, James. Me
Have
personally.
you?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get into this. This song, 1989, so this is 5 years after Two Tribes,
Yeah.
which he also wrote. I'm going to say this is a step back in terms of the songwriting.
It's not as ambitious, that's for sure.
But like, there's lines like satellite stations.
Hang on,
across-
let's do it. Let's do it over the back in, James. You know me. Essentially, it's G, E minor, C. I mean, you've heard this chord change. That's all it does, backing wise, throughout this record. Of course. Now, I liked it, James, because while it's going on about Americanos and all that, talking about American culture, which I'm sure we'll dig into. But it's got all that old 50s, late 50s doo-wop and rock and roll, hasn't it? Each night I have a quarrel, it almost breaks my... You know, you've heard it so many times. Nice to meet you, where you been? I can show you incredible things. With a bit, you know, that type of stuff. But he's going, Americanos. Actually, you tell me what you're going to say now. I've set up the backing.
Well, there's a lyric in it. Satellite stations across the nation. That's cable TV for you and me. Which just sounds like, you know, when pensioners send poetry to a local newspaper?
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing they'd write, isn't it?
All right. You call
is-
Molly Johnson a pensioner?
Yeah. And, well, he wrote Two Tribes, and now he's written this.
It's got a charm, this song, James.
Yeah, okay. Personally, I find it a bit naff.
Do
Personally.
you?
Yes, I do.
All right. What about its lyrical concept?
Well, there's a place where a kid without a cent, he can grow up to be president.
As Toby Hart points out on YouTube, where a kid with $100 million property portfolio can grow up to be president.
Exactly. A magic kingdom filled with Barbie dolls. If you've got the time, we can make it a good time. Okay, so he's launched into it. So this is about the American dream and the America that we're sold culturally.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, okay, so he's Holly Johnson. He's going to have a sly take on it.
Yeah.
And either the sarcasm is incredibly subtle or it's just not there.
All right, I'm delighted you brought this up. I think, as you say, it's not wearing its satirical badge on its sleeve, is it? I've mixed up loads of metaphors there, but nonetheless. So you can't quite work out whether it's a satire or a celebration. I'm going to say a bit of both, maybe. But
A satibration.
Yes.
Yeah.
A celire.
Yeah.
Also, because of the way Holly Johnson sings, this fantastic vocal delivery, it comes with an edge of cynicism, and he sounds critical, doesn't he, of American culture, Americanos, blue jeans and chinos, Coke, Pepsi and Oreos, Americanos. Yeah?
Which is older, Coke, Pepsi, or Oreos?
Coke.
Yes.
A million. Confectionery pop points to me.
A million pop points, literally pop.
Oh, yeah, of course.
1886 by John Stith Pemberton.
Yeah.
It is the sixth most valuable brand in the world.
While we're going on about drinks, I want to point this out. Sven Bartram says, every time I hear someone order an Americano in a Costa, I still like it after all these years. We like this, James, don't we, when the records live on somehow.
Yeah, when they get into your brain and they won't leave. What is older, blue jeans or chinos?
Blue jeans.
Nope.
Really?
Well, in terms of patents,
Okay.
blue jeans were patented by Davis and Strauss in 1873. Chinos were most likely invented in 1848 by a British army officer in India, but they were called chinos by American servicemen in the Spanish-American War. Welcome to The Rest is History.
Holly also claims that we've got the Queen of Soul and created rock and roll. So I'm going to ask you, what's older, rock and roll or the Queen of Soul? Aretha Franklin, that was her nickname, wasn't it?
Is Aretha Franklin older than rock and roll?
No.
No, she's not. What? I think she is. Isn't she? Well, when does rock and roll start? That's the big question. No one knows really the exact year. When was the year that it was first mentioned? It was like 1952 or something like that.
That's right. All right, so Aretha might be older than rock and roll. Okay, Holly's giving us the facts then. No fake news. which is weird since he's talking about America.
High schools and swimming pools.
Yeah.
Are there more high schools or public swimming pools in America?
I would imagine high schools.
Nope. There are 27,000 high schools, but 309,000 public or commercial swimming pools. If you include private ones, that figure rises to nearly 11 million.
Okay.
Funnily enough, in the UK, it's about the same. We've got the same number of secondary schools as we have public swimming pools.
All right, then. So we're saying we are not sure how much celebration, how much satire this record is. I think it gives it a great ambivalence, actually. Like I say, it's, it doesn't dot the I's and cross the T's, does it? And also, let me ask you this question, James. This is very important. Did you watch the video?
Yes, I wanted to say this because I think the satire comes across more in the video because it's like a game show parody, isn't it?
Yes.
And then there's a thing with the rich white family.
The Rockwells, they're called in this video. Again, tapping into some sort of American culture. And who are they living with?
With their servants who appear to be, Latin Americans.
The Gomez family. The subtitles in the video come up, and all the time Holly Johnson is dancing around in his fantastic. Come on, even if that alone, James, Holly Johnson's dancing is a thing of wonder.
Yeah, he's good.
Oh man, he's so good at performing.
But I think the song, without the video, you listen to it going, what?
I wouldn't disagree with this. You wanted it to be more heavy hitting, if you like. You wanted it
I'll be honest, I just want it to be Two Tribes, don't I? That's my problem. I'm living in the past.
Let's do this instead. James, we're on social media, aren't we? Facebook, Instagram, Friends Reunited, all the big ones.
Yeah.
I put this record up, James, asking the question, what other nations could Holly Johnson sing about? Now, as you know, we have a lot of pop stars listening to this podcast and watching this podcast since we started doing it on video, don't we?
And I would say that a lot of our pop stars don't know the difference between a country, a continent, and a state.
That's right. I put this question in. Loads of them applied. We offered 1 million pop points, didn't we, James?
We did.
For what other nations could Holly Johnson sings about?
Or just regions of the earth, generally. Jewel is being nobody's fool and is claiming Holly could sing about Alaska.
Bruce Springsteen is having a wing-ding and is saying Holly should concentrate on Nebraska.
BTS are taking a wild guess to say maybe he could sing about the folk in Asia.
Kylie is regarding her nation highly to recommend Holly sings of Australasia.
Julio Iglesias has got his knickers in a twist and is angrily shouting Holly should sing about people who live in Spain.
But President Zelensky is keen that Holly should mention all the residents who reside in, of course, that Ukraine.
Madonna's getting on it and telling Holly that he should worry about visiting the States. He should go anywhere else and ask for recommendations on reddit.com.
Well, Jack White is saying he don't give a shite and Holly Johnson should travel with an army to any nation as long as he goes to 7 of them. All right, that's very tricky. Who should we give the 1 million pop points to this week?
BTS.
Yeah, why not?
So the album that this is on, Blast, gets to number 1. It's a number 1 album. It's got 2 top 10 singles. He puts out a follow-up in 1991, doesn't chart, and the singles from it get no higher than number 73. And just after that, he learns that he's HIV positive, so he kind of withdraws from public life for a little bit. But as you have referred to, he's still with us, still knocking around after the best part of 40 years. He goes on to be a painter.
Does he?
Yes, with, of artworks rather than like your lounge. Occasional forays into music, including co-writing a song with Gary Barlow for the film Eddie the Eagle.
Does he really?
Yes, he does.
Oh,
and
nice.
of course, Frankie reformed for Eurovision in 2023. Apparently, a movie based on his autobiography, A Bone in My Flute, is in the works.
Number 3.
It's a non-mover. At number 3, it's Transvision Vamp with Baby I Don't Care. Is it?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I'm just smiling because I really like it. I really like it. And
There was an Elvis song called Baby I Don't Care, so I was immediately drawn to this record because of that affiliation. Also, in the video, did you watch the video?
yes.
They're also performing in little backdrops of Elvis, aren't they? So there's a lot of Elvis Presley in a record, which I'm always going to enjoy.
Did you remember this from the time?
Very much, yeah.
Good. Yes, I
Did
did.
you?
Well, it was one of the 3 CDs I owned.
Was it a CD single or an album?
The album, I had the album Velveteen.
Was the album good? Do you remember all the songs on it?
Nope.
Okay, just
I remember the singles, and I remember this, because it just starts with a literal thunder crack, doesn't it? and what does Wendy James then do? She just yells.
She's yelling, isn't she? A lot of people, of course, are talking about it and saying it reminds me of this, that, and the other. Things like Hang On Sloopy or Wild Thing or Louie Louie, these type of songs, because it's got the 1-4-5 chord progression, hasn't it? That's kind of it for a long time, isn't it? You've heard that a million times. What I like about it, though, is that bit when she goes, baby, I don't care. You can imagine. So it's one of them, isn't it?
It's one of them ones.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
It absolutely slaps. It rocks. I love it.
Okay.
I know it's a bit naff. I don't care. Baby, I don't care.
We've gone past that notion, haven't we, James, if it's a bit naff? What do you make of Wendy James? Now,
What do I make of her?
on YouTube comments, would you believe, James? A lot of fellas were writing about it.
Yeah. Well,
She seems to spark something in people, I'm going to say. Mainly men. Michael King 9813 or something, he says, she loved herself.
did she?
Yeah. And then Rocket Ray pops up.
Anyone
to
got a
say-
video?
Rocket Ray pops up to say, so did I. Sigh. Nice, yeah? Also, Ray Stewart, this is a good story. He says, I remember seeing Wendy James being interviewed. The guy talked to her about her sexy persona. She just replied, look, mate, I'm incapable of not being sexy. Wendy, not half. What a smasher.
Blimey. And all these people ended up writing for the Sun newspaper. They were the British Blondie for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Probably the length of this song. I'm all about this. It was one of my favourite songs when it came out, and I still like it now. I feel it very fondly towards it.
What would you say the spirit is behind the lyrics of it?
It's all about apathy.
Go on.
Well, baby, I don't care.
Yeah.
You don't have to say you love me. It's all right, baby, I don't care. It's all about how it doesn't matter what you think. This is what I think.
Always appealing.
Written by Nick Christian Sayer.
Is he one of Transvision Vamp?
Yeah, he was a guitarist.
Okay.
After they split in '92, he leaves the music industry. He had some problems with drugs. He sorted himself out, and now he's completely removed from all of that, and it's really hard to find out information about him.
Okay.
But apparently he wrote this song about Wendy James's best friend, who he had a crush on. So imagine all those blokes who have a crush on Wendy James in the comments of YouTube, right?
Of which
imagine,
there's a lot.
Imagine how good looking her best friend must be if the bloke writing the song was crushing on. Wendy James said, I think it was his way of telling her that she didn't have to love him because he loved her anyway.
Okay.
Is that nice, or is that a bit creepy and stalkerish?
I mean, these are all the dynamics of human relationships we go on about nearly every week in complicated love songs, don't we, James? This
Yeah.
was one of the songs about the complexities of love I mentioned in part one, I suppose.
Yeah, because the line, you can tell me all your stories, but spare me the plays, was a reference to the fact that this friend was an actor.
Okay.
So, and that's a weird line to put in it. It's kind of, you can tell me all your stories, but spare me the plays. I'm not coming to see you in a play, even though I fancy you. Just go and see the play, mate. There's no way she's going to end up with you if you don't support her career. Come on.
Right.
Think it through.
I like the complexity of relationships. This is good. From, who is it? Graham Galley. Look at this comment. He says, divorcing amicably when they were in the charts. Till she wanted the CD, told the ex to F off, felt so good back then, and it still does when I hear these songs, telling you to F off because she wants a CD. I mean, almost unthinkable of these days.
I wouldn't have given my CD up. It was only one of 3 I had.
What were the other 2, can you remember?
Well, one of them we're going to talk about again in the bonus tracks. It's one that's come up before.
Is it Della Soul I see coming over the horizon? All right then.
And the other one was Rattle and Hum by U2.
Joe Playman, he claims on YouTube, this would be my choice of walk-on song for Ali Pali for the darts.
Yes. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Because you're also saying, if you lose, I don't care. It's a baller move.
Cineman 3881 says, this plays at my local cinema on loop. So when I'm on my shift, I sit in the middle of the screen while this plays and stare at all the empty seats surrounding me. Did you ever do that on a shift?
No, I'm not a psychopath.
Don't call Cineman 3881 a psychopath.
Someone needs to.
We thank you for your contribution.
Sitting in the cinema screen on your own,
When you're at
staring
work.
into space, listening to Transvision Vamp.
When you're at work.
Come on,
I mean,
mate. I like the song, but
Right.
have you heard the cover version that got to number 6 in 2006
No. Who by?
by Jennifer Ellison?
Oh, yeah. Wasn't she a soap actress
Yes,
who went
it was
there?
in
Right.
Brookside.
That's right.
Now, it could be because I'm a big fan of the original, but that cover version is rubbish.
Fair enough.
It's so odd because it's Baby I Don't Care being sung by the woman from Brookside who's trying to be Britney Spears, and it doesn't work.
All right. Well done for having a swing at it, at least, Jennifer Ellison.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
You've had a go, now stop.
We can't criticise this thing, can we?
Yes, I can.
All right. Are you saying that we're better than Jennifer Ellison? I mean, things have gone badly wrong if that's the case, isn't it?
I'm not saying that at all. In fact, I think if we did a cover version of Baby I Don't Care, it would be worse than Jennifer Ellison's version.
Do you know, back in the day when I did the television music show, James, yeah, I interviewed members of Ash, and one of them kept going on about Jennifer Ellison quite a lot. He had a thing for her. It's almost to the point of I was thinking, oh, you can shut up about it now. Bit like when you talk about Lindy Layton.
Ah, Lindy Layton. Or when you talk about Betty Boo.
Hamid2828 says, we grew up with moon landings, supersonic airliners, Star Wars, and Transvision Vamp.
Yeah, those are the 4 things everyone talks about from that time. The moon landing, 1969. What was it? Supersonic
Supersonic airliners.
Concorde, yeah.
What was that? 76? Before
Yeah.
that, Star
Yeah.
Wars. We all know that year. Hey,
Yeah.
here's Ash around the corner again, calling their album 1977
Yeah.
because Star Wars released and Transvision Vamp.
Yeah, could you imagine if you put together a montage, you go, the latter half of the 20th century had a lot of great cultural and historical moments. It's one small step for man, one giant leap. The sonic boom of the Concorde. What was the third one? Star Wars. Luke, I am your father. And then Transvision Vamp. One of those kids is doing their own thing, aren't there? There's an odd one out there. Yeah, of all the bands from the second half of the 20th century, I would say Transvision Vamp are probably the most culturally and historically significant.
Wendy James, this was my notion of her, James. She asked Elvis Costello, post Transvision Vamp, to write her a song. He wrote her an album's worth in what I thought he rather unchivalry-like. He claimed just wrote it over a weekend with his wife at the time, and she recorded the whole album that he wrote for her the weekend before or something.
That's such a flex, isn't it? That kind of, yeah, I wrote that in I wrote that in about 5 minutes or so. Yeah, just wrote that really quickly. So yeah, just have that. Yeah, I didn't even think about it. It just came out. But secretly, he's been working on it for years, waiting for the right woman to come and ask. One of the attractive women from pop asked me to write an album. I've got it ready to go. I've been working on it since I was 17. Just waiting.
All right, well, maybe Elvis Costello and Wendy James didn't need to hook up because, as Guy Reed so succinctly puts, looking back, it's actually a very good and polished composition.
Number 2.
It's a non-mover at number 2. It's If You Don't Know Me By Now by Simply Red. Hey, Andy, are you ready for one of my trademark mind-blowing pop facts?
Yeah, go on.
The kind of stuff that gets our listeners keep coming back after, God knows, 120 episodes or whatever it is we've done by now and subscribing to our Patreon in their droves. Here it comes. This is a cover version.
Wow.
You're very
Who by?
welcome. Who by? It was by Simply Red. Who by originally?
Yes.
Well-
You know what I mean.
That's something of an issue. because it was originally written for someone who
Harold
then,
Melvin in the Blue Notes. That's what my perception of it. Who
No.
did it originally? No.
but it wasn't written for them.
I'm
They
liking
did
this.
do the first version of it,
Yeah.
but that was not the intended recipient of the song. It was supposed to be for Patti LaBelle,
Okay.
but she didn't do it. But that's who it was written for, by Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff. We've spoken of them before.
Many, many times, actually, bearing in mind the random nature of this chart. All right, then.
In another 80s chart, because they wrote Don't Leave Me This Way.
That's right.
Yes, as well as Me and Mrs. Jones, Love Train, Now That We Found Love, The Love I Lost, When Will I See You Again, I Love Music, and Show You the Way to Go. So many absolute bangers from the genius minds of Gamble and Huff. Now, it's really hard for me to listen to this song and separate it
I know
from
where you're going. I know where you're going with this. I
a
reckon.
huge cultural moment. One of the times I have been watching television and laughed until I cried.
Absolutely. Go on. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned this early doors, James. I cannot really get into this song because of another version.
Yeah. It's from the Office specials from about 2003, where David Brent, as played by Ricky Gervais, it is revealed, put out a single that no one bought. And the song that he sang was If You Don't Know Me By Now. And the bit that made me laugh until I hurt.
Let's do it. I reckon I know which bit it is. So the intro is going.
Yep.
Dun, 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 B flat to D minor, yeah. 6/8, I think. And 2, 3, 4. No, it's not 6/8. Forget that. What did he do?
Wow, the things! He just sings it.
Yeah, he sings it. He sings it great, I think.
It's so funny. So it's hard for me to listen to that because that's in my head.
Absolutely, I agree.
So I tried to listen to it with fresh ears, put that to one side, listen to it as a song, and here's what I think. I think it's a bit boring.
Okay.
I think at some point it needs something else.
I agree. It's got. I'd never realised this to listen to this week. It's got no other parts to it apart from the. No, actually, that's true.
There's the middle eight, isn't there?
It's going. If you don't know me by now, you will never, never, never know me. Ooh. Then it's got that bit that goes. Tiny steps and tiny hearts. Whatever he's singing, together if you everything's been hard.
Yeah. Don't get so excited when I come home a little late at night. Yeah,
Right.
you. Stop getting excited about it.
So there's very little to this song. I thought you could have done with a bridge or something, or even a key change. But yeah, I sort of know what you mean. It seems churlish to criticise. Hey, we haven't mentioned Nile Rodgers this week. Nile Rodgers famously said, James, what did he say?
He said, if it gets in the top 10, shut up.
Yeah, essentially.
Can't have a go.
That's
Can't have a
really
go about it.
true.
People like it. People like it. And I get it. People absolutely love this. And, you know, it is a fine rendition of the song, but it needed, I think it needed maybe a riff from a cowboy movie played on orchestra hit. That's a reference to something that happened in part one of this deep dive.
Ambient Wambulance. They say, I want this to be my funeral song. Poetic justice. If you don't know me by now, you never will know me because irony.
Is it irony or just dead?
Be a good funeral song, wouldn't it? I think. I like Ambient Ambulance popping up to give us a nudge towards this.
Nah, not for me.
It's all about Mick Hucknall, isn't it? Quite often, Simply Read the Notion. Yeah?
Well, that's where the name of the band comes from.
From his hair.
Well, he was called Red as a soloist.
Yeah.
And he was doing a gig once, and they were like, what am I introducing you as? And he went, Red. And they went, just Red. And he went, Simply Red.
Okay.
And that's where the name of the band comes from.
That's good. Dup1414 says, Fritz McIntyre is the tenor voice playing piano. His contribution to this song is outstanding and noteworthy. Love the harmony of their voices. So I thought this was good from Dup1414. He's pointing out the other members of Simply Red, isn't he? He's sort of, shining a light on what we tend to forget sometimes. Simply Red, Mick Hucknall, Mick Hucknall, Simply Red, So I like that about it.
Did you watch the video?
I did watch a video, yes.
Yeah, they're in like a restaurant late at night and all the chairs are up on the tables.
I mean, there is a surplus of chairs in the video, isn't
A
there?
lot of furniture.
Yeah.
A lot of furniture.
Look, made me think, as stand-up comedians, James, we moan sometimes, don't we, when we go to a room and say, oh, the chairs are laid out badly, this isn't going to be a good gig. Maybe this affected Simply Red. I mean, the way the chairs are piled up, they're not going to be able to play that room.
Do you know that story about Billy Connolly early in his career when he went to do a show and he walked out and there was only one guy in the audience and he was like, oh, he's like, this is stupid. I'm not going to do this show to one guy. I'll tell you what, mate, you and me, let's go to the pub. I'll tell you some stories. We'll have some drinks. We'll have a good night. And the guy says, all right, I'll see you in the pub in about an hour. And he said, why not now? He said, I've got to put all these chairs away.
I always remember there was a magazine called Q magazine around the late 80s, and Mick Hucknall, I read an interview with him once, and he was saying that people are essentially being racist because they're always having to go at my hair. Yeah? There's that going on. Which, fair enough, isn't it? We've done it in the past. My apologies, Cilla Black. We've never done it with Ed Sheeran, though, because,
I don't think I've done a ginger joke about anyone.
Oh, it doesn't matter anyway.
I think I'm just better than everyone. That's what I'm saying.
There it is again. Also, I remember this interview fairly vividly because Mick Hucknall, he was saying that he felt he would have got more respect if he hadn't been white for performing in soul music, at least. He felt he got discredited a bit. He mentioned people like Robert Cray, a blues guitarist. So, Mick Hucknall, back in the day, not saying the socially accepted thing, was he? I thought it was pretty brave.
Mm.
Do you? Or do you disagree?
What more did he want?
Well, I don't know. I suppose he wants some respect and not to be picked on and not to be rubbished, isn't he? I mean, that's...
By who? The music press?
Yeah, by the
music. They rubbish everyone.
Do they?
They rubbish everyone. They barely mention black artists around this time.
Yeah, all right then. Well, this is good. Let's bring it up to date. I had a little Google of Mick Hucknall, James.
Okay.
Go on, you help me with the introductory.
What's that ginger prick up to now? Oh, I've done it now. Sorry.
This is a good headline. This is from the Telegraph. Mick Hucknall simply says, I want to pay more tax.
Cool.
Yeah. That's unusual, isn't it? I mean, Mick Hucknall gets slagged off quite a lot for people, mainly because I think he slept with loads of attractive women and had loads of money. He had a great voice and was really successful. What must we do? Bring him down.
Yeah.
But he wants to pay more tax. And I also heard that, he's pretty socialist, if you like, with the affairs of Simply Red, paying everybody great wages and all that stuff. So
they're called Simply Red.
Yeah. I'm liking Mick Hucknall for what I've learned about him.
He seems like a decent enough bloke.
And he's a great singer. He's got a unique voice. He's made beautiful songs. Some people criticise Simply Red for a dinner party type vibe, don't they? But I don't hear this at all. I hear it a little bit, but you know what I mean.
In this song, I think. But by the way, if you want to pay more tax, you can just send money in to the government.
Do you think?
No one will stop you doing that. I've seen a few millionaires saying, hey, I should be paying more tax. And I just think, we'll just send the money.
Paul Heaton said in some interview I read once recently that he would like to give up more of his royalties from House Martin's Beautiful Safe Songs to tax, and he said there were legal difficulties preventing him from ascribing it. So are you saying they should just give him the money and not go through some sort of process?
Just get a big wheelbarrow full of pound coins, take it up to the Big Ben. That's how it works. Just pile it outside. Go. This is for schools and hospitals. None of your war nonsense.
I disagree with you, but as Mick says, what good is a love affair if you can't see eye to eye?
The UK's number one.
And at number one this week, drumroll, James, we very rarely give number one more credit than it should have. Let's do it. At number one, it's a non-mover. It's the Bangles with Eternal Flame.
How many top 10 hits do you think the Bangles had?
About half a dozen.
3.
Okay, that one.
It's surprisingly not many, isn't it? And this was their final one, but it was a number one. It was at number 1 for 4 weeks. The third biggest selling single of the year, behind...
Do not know. Give me a clue, give me a clue.
One is a rabbit that we've talked about a couple of times on the podcast
Jive
before.
Bunny?
Yep, Swing the Mood by Jive Bunny. And the other one is, were they Italian? And they had a singer in the video who doesn't sing the song because it was a sample. And it was all about how...
Black Box.
Yes, well done, right on time, yes.
Woo-hoo-hoo. 250,000 pop points to me. You gave me a few clues. All right, then. Let's do it initially, James. Do you like Eternal Flame by the Bangles?
Here's the thing. For many years, I have been unable to listen to Eternal Flame by the Bangles in any form because someone I live with absolutely hates it.
Really?
Yeah. I've asked why. And they said, well...
It's a good question.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Why?
And they said, well... What they've done is they've grabbed my hand and they've gone, close your eyes, give me a hand. Can you feel my heart beating? She's like, it sounds like a creepy stalker singing it.
Okay. So, you are singing to your betrothed.
Am I? I'm not.
Close your eyes. Again, G, E minor and C. C and D, we had that earlier with Americanos, blue jeans and chinos, yeah? We had that.
Yeah.
I mean, they're speeding up, but they're going... Close your eyes, give me a hand.
It's like one of those songs where they tell you the dance moves.
Do you feel my heart beating?
Yeah.
Do you understand? This is nice. Do you feel the same? Am I only dreaming? Then this is, I like this bit. This burning an eternal flame. So it goes like that for a bit. You know it. I'm going to do the middle 8 though because it goes weird. Little modulation. All right,
Yeah.
then.
So it's just not been in my world for, God, I've been with my wife a long time, for the best part of 30 years. And so I've had to secretly listen to this. That's it. So I'm just going up to the shed. I've got some stuff to do in the shed and go up there and have my headphones on and like be looking out the window like she's not coming, is she? She can't know, Andy. She can't know that I've been listening to Eternal Flame this week.
I get
All right,
ya.
it's just not worth it for me.
All right.
So I'm going to have to be very careful. She's not here, is she? She's not here.
Yes.
Right. This song is a lot more interesting than I remember.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, let's do it. The things we mentioned, Transvision Vamp. I always like a song that alludes to Elvis. The Eternal Flame, I remember from the time that was a reference to Elvis's graveside, wasn't it? They said. Yeah.
Yep. Susanna Hoff said, we were taken out to the Garden of Memories. You've been there, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. She said there was a little box which was supposed to have a lit flame in it, an eternal flame, but it was raining, so it wasn't on. It's not eternal then, is it?
No.
It's eternal flame, not eternal flame, unless it's raining.
I looked on YouTube comments, James. A lot of people very recently, at the time of recording, will say R.I.P. Billy Steinberg, the co-writer of this song, who has recently died.
Yes, at time of recording, he passed away in February 2026. Yeah.
Good knock.
When he was alive, Billy Steinberg collected beads.
Bees?
Beads.
Beads?
That's right. And he had a golden palm star in Palm Springs. It was written with Tom Kelly, his longtime collaborator. Tom Kelly's son was John Lennon in the Bootleg Beatles for a while.
Okay.
Steinberg and Kelly have written many hit songs, including a song we have covered already, I'll Stand By You,
Pretenders.
Like a Virgin,
Madonna.
Alone,
Heart.
I Touch Myself.
The Divinals.
No, I'm just saying. No, yeah, you're right. True Colours,
Cyndi Lauper.
So Emotional,
Whitney.
and I Drove All Night.
Cyndi Lauper again,
Yeah.
and Roy Orbison did the cover version of it. Okay, great. That's a great CV, isn't it?
Yeah. And this fits into that CV quite well, doesn't it? Does this song have a chorus?
No, I believe it has a refrain again. It's got it's not an unusual structure, but as I said, I've done the first verse, haven't I? So he's going, Is this loving an eternal? And it stays there. Say my name, sunshine through the rain. This is a weird bit of whole life. So lonely. What keys is coming? Is maybe C. I don't wanna lose this feeling. Ooh. Then it does a solo. Then it does that bridge again, and then it repeats the verse, chorus, refrain, whatever you want to call it, about 5 times. James.
Do you feel the same?
Yeah, I liked it. The notion of it. Hey, this is good. We haven't discussed this week. It's got to fade out, this record, James, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Now, what have we implied about a fade out before? You don't like them, do you?
No, have a proper ending.
But I think a fade out can often imply that the band and the song is going to go on forever. And it makes sense to have a fade out with this song because of the eternal nature of it. It is an eternal flame, unless you're playing it in the rain, and then it wouldn't be working.
I suppose so. So the tune is quite nice. I like it.
Lovely.
And I think the sort of music box riff
Yeah.
can be quite sinister, the music box as an instrument, can't it? But I think the thing that really makes this song is Susanna Hoff's vocal.
Do you think? Now, James, we covered Wendy James earlier, didn't we?
Yeah.
Transvision Vamp. For this song, strangely enough, people were not going on about the charms of Susanna Hoff. So I was surprised and also almost I was gratified to see people talking about the beautiful music.
Well, I found something out this week that has made me hear this song, and particularly this vocal, in a whole new light.
Oh, go on. All right then. This is good, James. While we're here.
Do you think you know where this is going?
I had a little look, didn't I? In my feature, I typed bangles into news in Google, then pressed news and see what was happening. There's a publication called Far Out magazine, or Far Out website, and they always put up old rock stories. Somehow they've got right in the algorithm. And I learned something from Far Out News only this week in recent news, yet it's old. You tell us what it is, you dirty perv.
So, this song is produced by David Sigerson, who had worked with Olivia Newton-John.
That's right.
And he was talking to Susanna Hoffs and saying, well, one of the reasons Olivia Newton-John's vocal has that vulnerable quality to it is because she records her vocals in the nip.
Yeah.
Sans clothes.
Which was untrue. David Sigerson was being a prick.
Yep, he made that up. But Susanna Hoffs went, all right, I'll do that then. So she's bare-ass naked singing this.
In subsequent news stories that I've read, she's mentioned this story and David Sigerson and the manipulation, probably. And but she's saying she also found it freeing experience. So that's going on, I suppose.
Yeah, it's just a body. I think a lot of it depends on what David Sigerson was doing while this was happening. If he's just producing the record as per his job, then it's probably all right.
It sounded a bit dodgy to me, I have to say, rather than bringing Olivia Newton-John into it for some reason.
Bring her into it. Leave Olivia Newton-John alone. You listen to the vocal, and there is a vulnerability to it, isn't there? Oh. Which I think stops it sounding like a creepy stalker.
It's a song of love, isn't it?
Yeah.
The refrain of "Am I only dreaming, or is this an eternal flame?" It suggests an uncertainty, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In the narrator's love style.
What other band was Susanna Hoffs in, briefly, that featured in some movies in the late 90s?
I don't know.
Well, who is she married to?
Don't know.
She's married to the film director Jay Roach, who directed the Austin Powers movies. And Susanna Hoffs is in the band Ming T with Austin Powers. They sing the BBC song.
All right.
And she appears as Gillian Shagwell in the film.
Good name.
Who covered it in 2001?
Again, I don't know. My Eternal Flame knowledge is no good.
Atomic Kitten put out a cover version. It got to number 1. It is the first time a song has reached number 1 twice, performed by 2 different female acts.
Is that a fact?
That's a fact.
Great fact. All right, then. I mean, predictably on YouTube, James, a lot of metalheads were coming out. Do you know what they were saying about this record?
I like metal, but actually I like this as well.
I really like metal, but weirdly, for some reason... Really annoying.
I like more than one genre of music. Can I have a badge?
I don't think any metalheads will listen to this podcast. But
No, we're going to get comments. I'm a metalhead, but actually I quite like these two blokes talking about old pop records.
Joking Soul on YouTube says, this was art, this was consciousness, this was real humans' feelings, real emotions to the bone, and expressing them with radical honesty. I feel it's a little more, not cynically written, but I feel it's more for the commercial market than maybe Joking Soul saying. It's got an eternal message, hasn't it, of, you know, love and, let's call it, its complexities, to drag it back to the intro in part one. Do you know what it features on? Do you know a lot of people were recently acquainted with this record?
Is it in TV show?
It was in How I Met Your Mother, but more recently people were going because of the film Speak No Evil. Have you ever seen that film, James McAvoy?
No.
It's really good when they use it, as a lot of horror films tend to do. They use it ironically, you know.
Okay.
But quite a few people, James, were saying on YouTube comments that they learned this song from the piano guy who was playing it in Barcelona when anti-lockdown riots were going on. Have you seen this footage ever?
No.
It's really good, actually. It's a bloke playing Eternal Flame without any words, just a melody, while everyone's going mad behind him. And like I say, I love it when songs turn up again much later, James, and get people falling in love with them in, let's call it, unlikely circumstances. We hope to do this occasionally on this podcast, don't we? Me and you rabbiting on needlessly might turn to people to some records.
Well, there you go. How was that, Paul Todd, and everyone else listening?
Thank you, Paul Todd, for suggesting this chart. We appreciate it.
Lots in that. What were your highlights, Andy?
Do you know, I am going to say my favourite, the highlights, I already like Morrissey, I already like that record by Can because it was so weird. Would I listen to it again? Not necessarily. I'm going to go for my favourite this week. Hey, because of our Patreon backer and what I think his affiliations are, I'll agree with him. Cure, never heard it before. What a delight, if delight's a word for that dark song.
Well, I already loved the Cure song, and also very fond of the Transvision Vamp record. So I'm going to go for Good Thing by Fine Young Cannibals. What? Why is that funny? Why does that amuse you?
I don't know. As always, you can listen to these songs. Please go check out the spot list. We've got Patreon, haven't we? We've got tip jars, all that kind of stuff that I used to feel bad about asking before I realised loads of millionaires do it for their podcasts, so we're all right.
Yeah, and we're really not, as you can see from our setup. But if you've enjoyed this, the least you can do is give us a review. A positive one. You don't even have to mean it. No one checks. That would be appreciated, guys.
Let's end with a comment here from Back to 80s. That seems to make sense. They say, to anyone reading this, we may be strangers, but I'm sending you all the love, luck and happiness in the world. Take care of yourself. I mean, let's just nick their words, for general good spirit at the end.
I prefer ours. Until next time, shooby-dooby-doo up.
And bop bop shoo up.